Welcome in, everyone. So, really happy to have our second edition of our Coffee Chat series promoting US Nepal business collaboration. So, if you do not know, this series is basically a platform to highlight US Nepal commercial ties and, of course, showcase American business leadership. So, it's very special for us to have this series because it's the 250th anniversary of American independence this year. And this series is a reflection of that spirit of innovation, entrepreneurship, and leadership that has shaped the United States for 250 years, and also that continues to strengthen the U.S. Nepal commercial engagement. You will see a lot of different events coming up in this space and our other American spaces across the country. So just wanted to shout out to that. If you're interested in any of our, we call it Freedom 250 events here at the American Center or iHub in Kathmandu or other 5 American spaces, please look at our social media and our website for that calendar of events. But for this event today, really excited to be with someone so interesting and have a coffee chat, as you see, with him about it. So I want to have the pleasure of introducing Sudan Chapagain today, who's the president of FlexTecs Nepal. And if you don't mind, I would like to give a little bit of your bio. Not going to do
Please.
too much. You can talk about yourself, but I just want to give a little bit about your information. So not only is he a visionary leader, he also has extensive expertise in financial management, audit operations, and corporate strategy. So I know your journey with FlexTech began in 2011, and it started with a small team, correct? But over time now, I think you have over 550 employees, which is definitely an achievement. And you've been able to drive a lot of efficiency across finance, accounts, HR, IT, and recovery audit functions. So through leadership, you were able to kind of foster a culture of innovation, collaboration, and continuous improvement within the company, not only meeting local standards, but also global standards, right? So I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here with us. Really excited to hear more about your story, your background, and your vision. So with that being said, we can go ahead and start.
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to be asking you a series of questions here just to talk about more about your story and how you view the current landscape as far as entrepreneurship and business. So FlexTech, right? So why was FlexTech established in Nepal? You started in 2011, like I said before, with a small team, and you've been able to expand it successfully. And you've been able to do that, providing, again, support to a global amount of clients. So in your opinion, what leadership principles have guided you through that transformation? And how has having like the U.S. corporate management practices influenced your approach?
Uh, Thank you, Erika, and thank you everyone's listening here. And I want to thank you, U.S. Embassy, as well, organizing this program. I think this is very helpful for all of us U.S.-based business here in Nepal, how to run. And also, I think this platform not only for Nepalese people, also for like U.S. team and FDA also, like they will see what Nepal can do, what we are doing. I think that will help for investor as well and for career path for Nepali young talented people as well. So thank you so much for your questions. First of all, I'd like to explain why we have open office in FlexTech in Nepal. So story, it's long, but I hope you guys will enjoy that story as
That's
well.
okay.
Before FlexTech, like we have our founder who is no more with us. His name is John Cook. He actually the pioneer of recovery audit business. He started from a small business and later he made a big, and his company name was PIGX, and still PIGX is in the market. And he retired. After that, he started coming to Nepal in 28, I think 2008. And when he came to Nepal, he found like a so beautiful country, really nice, and he fall in love with the country. But he saw so many challenges in Nepal, and he was really not happy. Like what is happening, what is not working, and all the frustration because coming from US and then seeing all the beautiful country and the people are really nice. He really loves all the people and their smile. So he thought like he wanted to do something in Nepal. He wanted to help. And the first thought he think like, okay, we should do education help in Nepal. And I was with him, like we started helping students in Nepal. We have sponsored like more than 300 students in Nepal. We went to remote area in Nepal and finding so many kids who really need support for education support. And in Bandipur, we have built a house for a hostel, and we are providing education to them like up to 12. And so many students we have also sent to abroad as well. That was first initiation, and that's we found really helpful. But the problem, like he was paying from his pocket, and how long he can do, and also the indirect benefit for not only for individual he wanted to give, he wanted to support country as well, the community as well. But somehow, like when you get the good education, you may go to abroad and you forget your family, you forget your country. That is not his intention. So then he decided, maybe if we provide like employment opportunity in Nepal, then employees can help themselves, also their family and the community, and directly indirectly that is beneficial for the country. And that's how we started FlexTecs. And the other question you asked, like starting global business in Nepal is not easy. Really, like even I didn't know what is recovery audit. It's something new for us, and that was very tough time for me as well. But Mr. Cook, he has a vision and he trusts Nepalese people. Like he always push me, you can do it. Nepal team can do it. So you just need to start, take a time, you'll get there. That is what he told me, and that is always like my key success. That is what I always believe. Like I can do it. I can do it. And yes, I may fail. I failed so many times, but you need to have a patience. You need to have a courage. You'll get there. And the team we have in FlexTecs, global FlexTecs, we always treat as a family. We never treat as an employee. And that is the best way to work in the company. And that is the culture we have built. And that's how today, like we have like 550 you mentioned.
Yes.
We have like 580 employees now at the moment. And definitely it will grow to 600 plus this year. That is our goal. The major, leadership means like it's just like a simple thing you need to do. You don't need to do like too many big, and you don't need to have a science. You need to have a courage. You need to have a safe environment to work. You need to support when they fail, your team when they fail, when they make a mistake. Rather than you scold, you can teach them, you can help them. Next time they will overcome and they'll do the good. So that is the simple matrix I use, principle I use in FlexTecs. And you never forget like appreciating your team. That is very important for your team, your company to success. That is always, like I work hard. Like if someone never appreciate, then maybe after some time you feel discouraged, you don't want to work, right? But it's not always salary or benefit. I think the first thing is the appreciations and feel like you're part of the team. That is, if you have that in your company, I'm 100% sure, it's my experience, you'll be successful.
So wise words. Thank you so much. It was really interesting to hear how the company culture and insight management has contributed to the success. But now pivoting to the external part, right? How the business gets done, right? So of course, FlexTecs worked closely with U.S.-based clients, of course, in recovery audit and financial optimization. So from your experience, what aspects of U.S. business ethics and compliance culture have been most important when building credibility and long-term client relationships?
So for that, like in Nepal, like when we started business, it was very tough, and also we have learned so many things. Like we have a global clients. I should not share any names, the clients we have, but they are very big clients. They're working globally. But the problem, like if you give it your best, and maybe client is happy, but that is not the thing they are looking for. They always look for something better. If like we have like more than 50 clients, and so many times we have done best, and they got the best revenue from our service. And then what happened? They left us.
Oh.
So that is our learning. And from there, what we learn, it's not like whatever you do, like 9 to 5 job, and maybe you'll give the best deliver. That is not people want now. Now they want like beyond. You need to go beyond. You need to think extra. You need to go to out of box, and that is what they want. And the most important for clients, you need to have a good relation. Without good relation, like no matter what you do, no matter what you give, maybe 24-hour service, but that will not work. You really need to have a good relation. That is what we learn as a FlexTech global team. We miss some opportunity, and later we realize we have not done something different. And now, like, we have some of the accounts from 2011, 12, 13, still they're working with us because we have built a good relation. We are giving more than their expectation. If you just give that, whatever client expect, I don't think that is for long term. You need to give more. And they always expect something more and big.
So, being said, about, I guess, in the spirit of being flexible with each other, right? This next question kind of relates to that. So, of course, you're president of a Nepal-based operation, but it's integrated in a global U.S. company. So that's a unique situation. So, how do you balance global standards but with local workforce development and the management realities that be?
This is a very good question. When we started our business in Nepal, it was very tough. And I mentioned earlier, even like I wasn't sure, what is recovery audit. But it took a time, and we learned, we fell, and we grew again, work together. So for each client, how we deliver from Nepal, one is like you need to give the best training. It's not just like for our, especially I'm talking for our business, you don't get that knowledge from college, university. You need to come to office.
Hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on. So, and recovery audit is something different. Even like so many people don't know, and maybe later someone asks question, then I can explain what is recovery audit.
That'd be very nice.
So, it was very tough to deliver from Nepal. But what Mr. Cook believed, and later I believe, what we can do from Nepal, believing in people. We know they can do it. But two things we need to remember. One is like, if you ask, they'll just do it, right? But that is not enough for us. We need to train them. We need to police them. And that is very important. That's why in FlexTecs, we are having we have like a program, like every month we provide training. At the end, that is helpful for employees and also for the service delivery to our global client. If you don't have that, like whatever you do today, tomorrow that may change. And we need to keep learning. Learning, I think, like for all of us, it's a never-ending course, right? And especially for our business, we have a plan activity. Like each month, we provide various training, which is helpful for their personal growth and for the company delivery, and to maintain our relation and expectation for the clients. So that's how we maintain, and that's how we deliver to our global clients. And I'm really proud to say that like most of the clients, they work with a various company like us. There are many companies in India and other countries. They do like BPO business like us, but their feedback, how they work in India and how they work in other country and how we work in Nepal and how we deliver it is something amazing when I hear from the people. And same people, they work in other companies and they are now working in FlexTecs, and they give the feedback, what happens before their past company and what is working and how we are working in our company is really different. And that is how we are successful, and that's how I think we can go much bigger.
It's interesting that you talk about that constant development with your employees, right? And how important it is, because I was going to ask you, a next question is about that low turnover, right? The employee benefits and professional growth. So I guess what we would call it people-centered management, right? So how do you see that sort of like style of management contributing to productivity, competitiveness, particularly like when it comes to US-linked global service industries?
I think this is the biggest challenge for all the company in Nepal. It's not us, but like in my experience, looking at all the market, turnover and how they manage and how they are working and delivery and what is happening in FlexTecs is, I'm really proud to say like our turnover is very low compared to market. However, that is not enough for us, for FlexTecs. We are keep working like what can be done, how we can retain our employees and so they can work for us for as much as possible. So to do that, definitely you have to do a couple of things. It's not like people will just come and stay if we don't do something different. So we are giving various benefit, which is like not in market or the company provides, one. And second, like I mentioned already, like we provide the career growth, professional development, like which can be not only for office work, that can be for your personal growth. We provide various training that is very, you need to engage your people. Like now, like we are hiring all the Gen Z, young people, like they are get tired so fast. If you don't have like enough and engagement and program, they don't like that. You need to understand and you need to change yourself. And we adopt that. We as a FlexTecs, we do like what they want, how they want to work, how they want to deliver. We understand and we provide them same facility and they engage more. And actually, like delivery, if I compare, like it's not like I'm biased, like if I see like hiring like 10 years back and now, like the people we are finding, they are so talented. They can do much better job in a month or 2 months time, but they are like still not stable. They want to keep changing things. That's why like we need to understand them and have a facility in the office. I think that is a thing we have in FlexTecs. And the benefit, what I talk, like I just want to give one example. I don't want to talk like so many benefit we are providing in the company, and people are staying with us. So one benefit, actually 2 years ago, I started like giving insurance facility, which is like none of the company in Nepal they provide. That is like thinking like if you work for 20 years, 30 years in the company, what you get when you retire. So that was the intention myself, like, okay, we need to do something for our team. And we decided providing insurance facility from where, like, I'll just give you example, like if you work 15 more years in a company, you can take like extra like 50 lakhs Nepali rupees or something. So 50 lakhs. So which is none of the company provides. So, those kind of things matter. And also, like I mentioned earlier, appreciation. Like when you do good, we should appreciate. Maybe we should do some appreciation. Maybe we should give a voucher. We can give a cake or something, and those kind of things matter for people. And we have like so many activities, if I mention each name, like I think it will take forever. So that is what we have. We provide like if you do something good, right away we'll just appreciate and we give like gift voucher, we can do something. And then team bonding program, we have like all the activity program we call, like which company provide certain amount and employees will have certain amount and they can go out, hang out, do various activities. That program we have. And also we call like small wins and celebration, which is also something interesting. We started from 2025. That is, we are getting really positive feedback from the employees and they love doing that as well. So, these are small things matter. And I think that is how we are able to retain our employees, which is now like I'm proud to say like 11% this year.
Oh, that's great.
So it's great.
That's great. Well, nice. It's great to hear that. I mean, everyone must be appreciated, right? And I'm happy that that you've been able to do that. Much more industry standard within the country. So that's great. And also, well, I guess we're switching gears. We're still talking about Nepal in a sense. So, as you know, Nepal is positioning itself as a destination for high value global services. So, what lessons from your experience working with U.S. companies could help other Nepali firms better compete in international markets?
Actually, I already informed earlier, right? So Nepal can give the same, output and the quality what other countries are giving now. And yes, I think Nepal is booming into IT side, like what facility we are providing, what service we are giving to global market. But I think we need to have like from Nepal point of view, we need to have like a courage, and also we should have a discipline ourselves. We can do it kind of mindset we need to have. We can do it. And also we should not undermine ourselves. And third, like even like when you have employees, you should believe in your employees.
Yeah.
If you don't believe, I don't think you'll get anywhere. So, my experience working in FlexTecs, yes, when we started, it was very tough. And I don't think like that point, like, oh, maybe we're not able to deliver. We didn't understand business. We don't know what to do, right? How we deliver, how we can give the service to our global client. So now what we can give, like any other company, startup company in Nepal, they can do the same thing. But you need to be careful for the understanding and your vision, what you want to deliver, what your client wants, what are the expectations they have, and also believe in your employees. I think if you have that matrix, you can achieve anything. And I'm 100% confident Nepal can do much better than what we are doing today.
Right. All right. Thank you. So we have Nepal, but we also have Amcham Nepal. Moving on, if you see behind them, we see our lovely Amcham signboard right here. So switching gears to talk about more, how does FlexTecs Nepal, how they're actively being involved with Amcham Nepal, was American Chamber of Commerce Nepal, of course, right? So can you share about how this relationship works in practice, including when it comes to like frequency of engagement, areas of collaboration, and how the platform of Amcham is able to support stronger U.S. Nepal business connections?
Because of Amcham, we are here. So I think I should not forget that.
Welcome.
Thank you, Amcham. And what Amcham has, I think we are the founder company of Amcham as well. We are the first company when we started Amcham. So I'm proud to say that as well. But what Amcham has done and what they are doing so far, it's great. I really appreciate. And, like we as US based company, there are so many challenges we have in Nepal. If we talk about rules and regulation and the policy, it's like very tough to run a business here. And for investor, if you are not clear with your policy, you don't want to come and invest.
Mm.
So for that, I think Amcham is doing great job refining our policy, regulation, working with Nepal government, working with the US embassy. And, that is, I think, biggest achievement we have. And how they do Amcham, they collect all the information and what all the US based company they are facing, all the challenges, all the questions we have. They collect that and we provide our, challenges, what we are facing day to day, operating in the office. And last 2-3 years, I think like they have changed so many policy, which is favor in like our business. And I think that is the biggest achievement we have from Amcham. And I think that we need to continue Amcham team. And the second one is like and what Amcham does, like we had so many business in Nepal, which is US based, right? But we don't know each other. And we all have a different challenges and we all are doing almost same thing, but we have no idea how they work, how we work. And they have like a learning series, that is like they plan like every quarter, but sometimes they miss due to various reasons. But that is like this. Right. So, but that is I think really good platform for all the US based business here in Nepal. That is giving us like so many ideas, like how other are operating, what are the challenges they are facing, and sometimes like even myself, like going to other company and understanding their business and knowing how they are operating, and something is eye opening for me, and I want to adapt and do the same thing in my company. So we have done that as well, and that is I think something really good. I think like honestly, like I think we really need to input little bit like for learning series, like core, like how we can effectively have that session. I think that is something I want to show this MTM team, but that is a really good platform for all of us US based business in Nepal.
And I think it's a good segue to talk about platforms, right? It's really great to hear feedback and also just hear how being a part of Amcham, working with Amcham has been helpful for businesses here in Nepal. Another platform, of course, is this one right here at the Coffee Chat series. So this is designed to be a quarterly discussion to promote commercial diplomacy, right? And highlight the value of American business operations here in Nepal. So here at the U.S. Embassy, obviously we work with our Amcham colleagues, increasingly so, and we're trying to bring together U.S. and Nepali private sector leaders and networks to kind of explore and grow and also just progress relationship, right? So when it comes to, of course, you have the Amcham, the series of it that way, but when it comes to the U.S. Embassy side, like this right now, our coffee chat, having coffee and we're chatting. When it comes to strengthening our connections, our people-to-people connections between the poly professionals and the U.S. private sector, I guess in your opinion, how would this work as far as like, what is the purpose of this in your opinion? Like, what is the purpose of these kind of conversations in practical career shaping ways?
Uh, I can see in two way. One is like this platform will definitely help for the young talent people. Like now, this will go online, and it's a Gen Z. Like they are always in mobile, YouTube and various social media. I think this will give a really clear platform for them to see our story, how we work, and what is FlexTex, what is other, so many company when we have this series. This is a really good platform for young talented people, and maybe that will help they are going forward that in control as well, because I feel the challenge we have, not now but like I'm seeing foreseen challenge in future, if all the talented people are going over, then who will run office here
Right.
in Nepal, like I think that is the biggest challenge. I think somehow this may control that. And also for like looking at the US perspective, if they see this kind of video, how we work, how we deliver, and how we give the service from Nepal to global, and I think that is eye-opening for them as well to invest in Nepal. One is beautiful country, and there are like a talented people, and they can do the good job, and definitely people will come and invest here. And for that, definitely Amcham is helping for various, even business setup and the policy and things. They are working with the government, working with the US embassy as well. I think this is really good platform for everyone, including myself. We learn so many things.
Mm.
And sometimes it's not just for career, for general knowledge as well. Like
Yeah.
what is US Embassy is doing? What is coffee chat series, right? So
We appreciate it.
yeah,
Thank
so
you. No, definitely, we really appreciate that. Thank you. Keep spreading the word, everyone. It'd be really great. But like, I think it all comes to the exposure, right? Exposure on as far as the people who are outside investing here in Nepal, but also for young professionals here,
that's what I think. Yeah.
right? Because if you don't know what the opportunities are, how do you even get them? Or you take them, right?
Exactly. Like if I give you like our story, like till 2020, like we never exposure outside. We are just working ourselves. We want to prove ourselves and give best service to our global client. Even in Nepal, we never done any marketing. We never done anything yet, but I think like this is something we should do. And this will keep like, I think we will find the right people in future for employment as well, and also I think the biggest for US as well, like Nepal's really need more investment. And I think like working from US embassy, AmCham, and like us, I think this is really good platform. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for you're part of it right now. So really appreciate you. So this actually is a good segue to our last question. Speaking about Nepali young professionals, right? So for these young professionals who are interested in working with US link companies or global service firms, what skills and professional habits matter based on your experience?
It's a company to company,
It depends.
Like most of the US based company, like they are like a technology company in Nepal, and there are some energy company and some other as well. So it's like a purely like a company to company. But in my experience, of course, we need a couple of things. It's not only education is required. Of course, education. Plus, we need to have practical knowledge. Like what you do, what you are doing. That is very important. And also, like how your company runs, that's also matter. Like for example, like if we try to do micromanagement, like that will not work, and that is not giving like a platform for your young talented people to grow as well. So I think I would say it's definitely we as a in Nepal, like we need to provide the right knowledge and skill set, and we'll get there. I think that is the number one.
Takes time, right?
So yeah.
All right, Sudanji, thank you so much for not only answering my questions, but our audience's questions, and just really highlighting your role in the U.S. Nepal business relationship or commercial relationship, and talking more about when it comes to workforce management, company culture, discipline, professionalism, and also, of course, long-term commercial collaboration. We really appreciate it here. Not only, of course, I know the Amcham team appreciates it, but also on the U.S. Embassy side. and public affairs section. We are very happy to talk to people who have such an on the ground look about the commercial environment here and how we can better our collaboration. So we really do appreciate. Also, again, a quick plug. Of course, this is a part of the U.S. Embassy's commercial diplomacy activities. This coffee chat series, and we hope to continue having more of these. Working with Amcham, working with people in the private sector to really grow the U.S. Nepal commercial relationship because it's important. We believe in mutual prosperity. And it's important to figure out ways in order to get that out there and how to better achieve it. So please continue to engage with us and interact with us, whether it's coffee chat series, our CEO engagement series, or other activities. We, again, this year is a 250th anniversary of American independence. So we are really ramping up our activities and you'll be seeing a lot of us. Don't get tired of us too quickly. But I'm really excited to see more of you all more frequently and continue engaging. Also wanted to say also shout out to Himalayan Java for the coffee for today. Thank you so much for that. And also to the U.S. Embassy team, America's Basis team for setting everything up. And of course to Sanji for your insights again. So with that being said, this will conclude our second edition of Coffee Chat series.
Well, thank you, Erica. And I just wanted to thank you, like all the US team as well, organizing
Of
this.
course.
And as I said before, this platform, I think it's really good for Nepalese, business and the US business as well. So once again, thank you. And thank you for listening, everyone as well.